Yeah, yeah. Woo. Phone ringing for the work. They waiting on me like the 15 the first. I'm killing competition, put them bitches in the hearse. Been diagnosed with a sick flow, with a nurse. Yeah, do it for the city, but the hood getting turned. With the money going around.
You ready? Oh my god. It's a fastball.
Oh, I get it. It's the Astros.
Yeah. Because that's how we're going to start off it. I've been waiting all week to talk about this. By the way, people, hello. Welcome to the Bubble Let Sports Podcast, episode 114, with a very special guest returning from
El Paso, Texas, weighing in at, I'm not going to say my weight.
From the University of Kentucky. Welcome, John Wall. Teach me how to do. Yeah.
That used to be your dance in middle school.
That used to be,
you
man.
danced it all the time.
Yeah, and then I grew like 2 feet.
You were a dick in middle school.
Was I really?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. You just, I don't know.
I got picked on. What do you mean?
You were the one that was picking on people. I remember you had that Drizzy Lutz thing, and you were all like, thought you were like,
Oh, dude, the YMCMB
shit.
jacket
Yeah.
too?
But then
I was a dick.
you got humbled, you know? You realized where you were going, and you're like, man, you can't be doing this. Just like Gator.
Gator?
Yeah, from the other guys.
Oh, Gators bitches better be using
Oh
those
my
jimmies though.
Cussing right off the bat.
This is not for kids. I always
Yeah,
put
this
that in the
is-
upload.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this on the Keeping It G podcast, it's also going to be there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know. I actually haven't been cussing a lot in most of mine.
Wait,
Surprisingly.
are you not allowed to curse on that one?
No, it's mine. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Well, that's true. That good start too.
What the fuck? What you think, man? What the fuck you think, man? What's up?
Fuck is up, Kyle?
Alright, sorry. Alright.
All right, no, legitly, this is the Babble podcast. Welcome. I'm Alexis. Oh no,
Wait, I was like, wait, where am I?
I'm Alexis. Welcome to the Babble podcast.
Babe.
Jacob, your intro's too long.
Babe.
Bro, tacos from Taco Bell, though, top of the list. Hands down.
What's Brianna's intro to her thing?
Brandon's Corner.
Hi guys, welcome to Brianna's Corner. It's a podcast within a podcast hosted by your host, me. And the music goes like that. Then you hear, I don't know if you guys have ever heard, like in her intro, though she recorded it herself, like she recorded on her own and then sent it to me and I put it together for her.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear her smoke alarm like go beep.
Dude, no, whenever I listen to Keep It G, that annoys me. Remember I asked you?
Okay, see, it annoyed me too at the beginning, but then I just got used to it. Like,
Which to her, it's probably the same thing. She got used to.
yeah, so she says sometimes she can't even hear it, so I don't blame
Oh,
her.
I hear it.
But in her intro, next time you listen, like, it comes out, and you're like, and I tried so hard editing it out, but I was like, I'll leave it. It's genuine, you know? It
Raw.
makes it what it is. It makes it what it is. So the Astros.
So the Astros, man. Okay. So I was talking to my barber about this because I was like, look.
Everyone has their barber.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm my own barber.
He used to be my barber. But I just asked him, like, straight up, like, I told him my opinion, and he was like, no, like, that makes a lot of sense. Because,
your
like,
opinion?
so what Stephen A. said was very good and very detailed. Like,
Remind them what they said.
Where did they touch you?
Show me on this coffee. One more time. Alright.
So, Stephen A. Smith said, no one's doubting that you're a great team. Everyone thinks you are a super team. To me, they never should have cheated as far as they never needed to.
Right.
You always want to get ahead. You always want to have an advantage to whoever you face. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do it.
Obviously.
But when you have guys like Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, George Springer, Yuli Gurriel, like the names go on and on and on. You're not even talking about their pitching staff, their coaches. They are a championship team no matter what. So the fact that you're disagreeing with people like other players around the league.
Getting mad at Cody Bellinger. for
Exactly.
saying stuff.
It's like you don't know the full story. You don't know the details. Get your facts straight. We know the details.
Yeah.
We know the facts. Like, you definitely cheated. So you can't blame them when they love this sport probably more than you
And are
do.
doing it right.
They're doing it right.
And lost to you
Mm-hmm.
because of your cheating.
Especially when you're in the American League. Like, with guys like Aaron Judge, who you guys beat in 2017.
Yep.
Aaron Judge was on his way to an AL MVP next to Jose Altuve. that beautiful picture of like them standing next to each other.
Yeah.
That goes down in history as one of the greatest pictures in baseball. But now it's tainted just because of the fact that Aaron Judge had such an amazing season, and yet it could have been a lot better. See, what would have happened if they didn't steal signs? What if the Astros lost to the Yankees that year?
I think you can make the argument, like you were saying, that they were good players before and that they didn't need to cheat. I think you can make the argument that maybe they weren't good players. Like even before that season, before the 2017 season where they like popped off or whatever, they were okay. They were good players, but they weren't like what they made for themselves during the 2017, 2018, 2019 season. That was kind of hard to say, but like the way they established themselves during those seasons, they were like, oh, like this Houston Astros team's legit. These players are legit. But now you look back at it, it's like, was it because they're actually talented, or was it because they knew what was coming?
Right. Yeah.
So to say that even like that they were talented before that, it's kind of like, were they really though? I mean,
the numbers lie in this instance.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's
the phrase is numbers don't lie.
You know me,
Well, they do
I've
lie.
never been a numbers guy. You know, I don't believe in numbers in anything. It's an eye test. That's all it is.
Can I get your number?
I'm gonna head out. Anyways, but yeah, I don't know. A lot of people, I think, me being a Patriots fan and always being scrutinized for my team cheating all the time.
Yeah.
This is actually a team cheating. This is a team that cheated their way to multiple titles and the proof is there. Like the proof is there. There's video of, hey, don't take off my shirt, bro.
That's
running straight to the locker room. After he hit like a walk-off home run,
Mhm.
instead of celebrating with his teammates, he went straight back and changed or whatever. Like, bro.
Which in the moment, like, it's fun when you look at it. They're like, oh, don't rip off the jersey. Oh, it's just like all fun and games with the team. But now you look back and it's like, no, there was a buzzer within his jersey.
So if you took it off, you would have seen it.
It would have been chaos in MLB. So, like, the whole instance of Stephen A. saying, like, well, let's just say, for instance, like, they are still great. The numbers are going to be tainted no matter what, but they can still be great players. They can go on this year and play really good, which will be bad for baseball. But
I say every pitcher just, nail one of them. And the ump just kind of like...
I mean, I don't know about the ump part, but definitely there's going to be some repercussions.
What?
There has to be, man. Like, there has to
Yeah.
be. Like, you ruined the game of baseball. There's integrity in the game. But the fact...
When the season starts, do you think teams are going to want to play him?
Oh, they're going to play him.
They're just going to...
I mean, the fans are going to boo the fuck out of them. And yeah, there's going to be instances like that. There's going to be brawls.
Can't wait to see it.
I'm kind of excited too. Like the first time they go to New York to face the Yankees.
First time they go to LA.
Yep. Like that's going to be...
Boston even. Those teams that, just...
Oh, Boston.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
There's connections.
There's connections,
Not
right?
anymore, but there was.
But yeah, so the fact that like no one's doubting their talent, no one's doubting that they're still a great team, you're still cheaters at the end of the day. And like there's sign stealing, there's been sign stealing in baseball for however long. Like there's no like investigation as far as just baseball in general of investigations for sign stealing. But the way that they did it, the technological advances that they made is beyond belief, man. Like they really went into it.
They were creative with it. I mean, you gotta give them that though. Like,
right. But I think I'm more frustrated with the way they're handling it. They are horrible as far as their PR. For Jose Altuve to come out like first day of training camp, first day of like meetings, and just go out there and say like, look, we're gonna focus on this year. We're gonna be like the best team possible. Where was the apology throughout all of that? There's no I'm sorry. There's no we feel bad.
I think the thing is like, yeah, the proof is out there, and yeah, everyone's like knows that they did it, but I think they're kind of they don't want to say that yeah we did it. They don't want to admit like yeah we were a part of this or we had made it happen or whatever. Because as soon as you apologize, and in their minds, they're probably convinced that they didn't cheat or whatever. Like that's why who was it, George Springer, the one that was like going off on Cody Bellinger?
Oh yeah, he was like, no, show me the facts.
Yeah, so it was like they're so like, I think ignorant to the fact that they cheated, and they're so far up their own ass basically that like they believe truly that they didn't cheat and that what they were doing was like okay, and that's why they're not gonna apologize. Because once they apologize, like then it's admitting to all right, I messed up.
Right.
So to them, like they're just gonna think that they're okay.
Right. Yeah, but the fact is they cheated.
Exactly.
Like Rob Manfred, the commissioner, has gone and said, no, they used it in the postseason. They used it throughout this time. Like, no one's saying, like, oh, maybe they did this thing speculation says. There's evidence. Like, the videos, the trash cans, like, hitting them multiple times during, like, an at-bat. That's not just coincidence. That's, That's cheating.
Did you see what David Ortiz said? Big Papi?
Yes, and I agree with it 100%.
Yeah. At first I read it, I was like, is he calling him a snitch? And then I was like, oh, that's what he's doing.
Well, there's a good reason to.
Yeah,
I think it's
didn't-
more of what he said beforehand,
Yeah,
where
he was
he's
going
like,
on with it. Like,
well, he's like,
he waited till after. Like,
you got your money, you got your championships,
Exactly.
then you felt bad.
yeah, he was like, oh, you know what? That doesn't feel right. Let me.
Like 3 years later.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. So, what I think back to, and like what I initially like thought about, it was like, oh, you should take out the trophy. You should take out any recollection of that season. Reminded me of USC, like back in the day with Reggie Bush, where he got paid, he got some type of monetization, and so they're like, no, you're not going to have that trophy. You're not going to have all those wins. They're going to be taken away.
Yeah.
And if you're MLB right now, like what you're doing, saying, oh, well, the manager and the GM being fired, you know, is enough. That's ridiculous because it's really the players that implicated that cheating and succeeded from it.
Mm-hmm.
And to say, like, well, I don't think they should be fired. They shouldn't be, like, kicked away from baseball.
Suspended at least for a year.
I'd say you let them play out the season, but they don't get to play in the postseason, whether they're first place in their division.
So they're just playing
They're just playing like Ohio State
so it
did.
doesn't mess up the ranking.
Right, yeah, you can go undefeated.
Yeah.
You can do all you want, but when it comes down to the first day of postseason,
You're
you
out.
stay home.
Nice. I like that actually.
Because if you don't take away 2017, you damn well sure should take away 2020.
Maybe the next 2 years they should do that.
Exactly.
Or however long they've been cheating. Just
If you vacate that championship from 2017, I'm all for it. Because if you're baseball, you want to be.
What about the
away
players
from
that didn't participate in it? Did they know it was going on? Like
They
I
had to, right?
haven't heard from any other like players that weren't like actually participating in the cheating.
Well, it's like when you're in the dugout and they're doing the trash can, like you're not gonna be a player and be like, oh, I wonder why they're doing that.
That's true.
Like, you got to be like, that's fastball.
So then, how would you determine who? How would you determine like who gets suspended and who doesn't?
It's just the whole organization should be suspended.
So then they don't play baseball for a whole year.
Yeah. That's what you get.
But
You lose that much money.
lose a lot of money.
Lose a lot of money.
A lot of money.
But how much money is the MLB losing right now because of how they're handling this? I guarantee you there's probably going to be people that boycott like baseball and they're just be like, until you do something with the Astros,
I think they're going to boycott Astro games. I don't think they're going to boycott. Like, if the Yankees and the Red Sox are playing, no one's going to boycott that. Like, not, it's the Yankees and the Red Sox. You're not going to boycott
I think
that.
it'd be just be more of how the MLB's not handling that.
They're handling it horribly. Like,
Everyone is.
horrible. Like, just so bad. Like, no commissioner has ever handled anything good in any sport, I think. Like,
Yeah, they're awful.
they're all bad at it. I mean, it's hard. It's a hard job to make that decision. Like, because think about it. Let's say that he suspends them for a whole year. There's going to be some people that are like, "Oh, that's not enough," or there's going to be some people that are like,
There's always going to be backlash.
"There's always you're not going to please everyone." So, I don't know. I think right now the current like punishment that he's like dished out to them is where he's like just the GM and the
It's
manager.
not punishment.
It's some form of punishment. It's not an extreme punishment. It's not what we want, but it's punishment. It is firing the GM and getting rid of the upper people, getting rid of them. It's punishment, but it's not enough, and it's not nearly, I guess, what they deserve. But in his, I don't know, like in his mind, he probably thinks like, oh, that's enough for me. He said that already. But
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be more because he's gonna see all the backlash that he's been getting, like for the past like couple weeks now, past month really. And I think there's gonna be more, especially once the season starts. Because right now, I mean, they're barely,
They're barely in training camp. They're going to start
camp.
spring training soon.
Yeah, so I mean, once baseball season starts again and they start seeing like, oh, like people really hate us, then he's like they might make decisions there and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see.
I think that waiting longer is only going to hurt them even more.
It is, but I mean,
Because that's when you get the people that are going to be like, oh, well, is that it? Like, that's all you're going to do? Like, we waited months for a decision, and you're only suspending them or taking away this?
Yeah. Now the question is, are they the only team that's done it? Like in this.
I got to look into more of the Red Sox, because I know they fired their manager for the same reasons, somewhat sign stealing. But I think their investigation's still going on. Maybe?
The thing with sports, and I figured this out, every team does it until someone gets caught.
Yeah.
And it's they do a form of it, however creative they get, and going back to the Patriots, I'm a Patriots fan, I knew that. But like the whole Spygate thing, like recording other people's walkthroughs, a bunch of teams are doing that. Like way before Bill Belichick, got caught doing it. The only reason he's the one that got caught doing it because he did it so damn well, and they apparently used it in 2001 versus the Rams, and a lot of people think they did, and then again in 2004 versus the Eagles, and whatever. But every team was doing it, and the only reason that Bill Belichick got caught was because he was doing it so damn well. He's fucking a genius, whatever. Mm-hmm. But every team was doing it, and it's a thing. And deflating balls, for example, the Pittsburgh Steelers would do it all the time.
What quarterback doesn't like deflated balls?
Exactly. I mean, it's just Patriots didn't do it though, but I mean, it's science.
Yeah.
But basically, every team does it until one of them gets caught, and then it's like they take a step back. Mm-hmm. They don't do it anymore, and they're like, "Oh, damn, those guys are cheaters." It's like, yeah, you were doing it too. You just didn't get caught. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the reality of it. And I'm not, trying to say like the Astros are okay or they're not trying to take away from it. Yeah, what they did is fucked up, and it didn't ruin the game of baseball, but those years, those super close, ninth inning playoff series that they went to, and
the whole story.
It ruins everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't even taint it. It just ruins it. It's just like, yeah.
You can't go back.
It's just
you
nah.
can't look back at those moments and say,
like, I still see people wearing like Houston Astros stuff, and I'm like, I mean, I get they're your team, but just wait. Put it in the closet.
Yeah.
Bring it out in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Or put it on the throwbacks.
Just
throwbacks were nice.
Just put it away. I appreciate you're trying to support your team, but just
there's no argument to be
made.
Let's
just wait. Let's just let it blow over, and let's just wait here.
I think you take away the title. At least. It's the same thing with Ohio State. USC. Ohio State was like Ohio.
What?
When they got Urban Meyer that first year, it was like the last year before the new college playoff. It was like you can play the regular season. They went undefeated, but no bowl game, no nothing. Same thing I would do for the Astros, but also if you're thinking about like past history, like you take away the title, like you just want to get rid of that memory, whatsoever.
I mean, if they take away the title, I mean that's not really gonna do anything. A lot of people don't consider them. Like everyone knows.
Well, they
already.
don't consider them champions now.
So taking it away, like it's just just taking the banner off. Like, hey, take that off. Like, leave it.
Or like take away like Jose Altuve's MVP.
But what does that do though? Taking it away, what does that do besides just taking it away from like the record books? The money he won from that, I mean, it's not like they're gonna ask for it back.
Yeah.
So it's basically just taking away like, hey, give me back your ribbon, give me back your trophy. Like
if you're the MVP, like
okay,
you're the best player in baseball.
I still got paid like an MVP. Like everyone knows, like the motherfucker isn't the MVP. So just giving back a physical thing, or the banner or whatever it is, like, and taking it off the record books, that it's kind of like pointless at that point because everyone already knows, like, yeah, they cheated. That shit doesn't count. So to just ask to take it away, it's just like, I mean, everyone already knows. Like, just fucking leave it.
But don't you think, like, let's say 50 years down the road, when someone looks back and they say,
people are gonna
2017,
remember. Nah, people are gonna remember because it's gonna be a little fucking.
But it's still there.
Yeah, but
it shouldn't be in the books at all.
In 50 years from now, though, what if they take it away and then we forget that this happened? And then another team down the line, if baseball's still relevant in 50 years, does the same thing, and it's like, damn, this is so crazy. And history repeats itself. So if we leave it there, we'll be able to be like, the team did this back in 2020 or 2017, 18, 19. So doing it again, leaving it in the record books. I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as you put like a little like motherfuckers cheated or something. like
damn cheated.
Put the little things and like trash can bang fastball, and then people will get it. People will get it. Like change up or whatever. Yes. Like like they'll get it.
The Altuve special.
I remember those years. I don't know.
That sucks, man. It was such a good story when the Astros like really came up, like their farm system, getting all those players from like the draft and building them up from minor leagues, and then becoming one of the greatest teams that we've ever seen in our generation in baseball.
Yeah.
And now it's like doesn't mean anything.
How useful was it though? The Nationals still beat them.
Well, this year though.
But I'm assuming they were still stealing signs. So do you think they were like, yo, let's use them a little less? Or do you think the Nationals were just like, yo,
they're balling.
F you?
Because the Nationals are good this year.
That's what I'm saying.
But then, like, think of the Yankees in 2017. They were stacked.
Yeah, but they weren't good in the postseason.
They were young, that's why.
Sign Judge didn't show up in the postseason. Like,
well, there's a reason why.
But he didn't show up in the postseason.
It doesn't help that you get your sign stolen.
But that shouldn't affect him though. the Yankees didn't do so hot in the postseason versus the Astros. Let's not pretend that like every team was fucking hitting home runs every single time, and it was like the only reason the Astros beat them was because they knew their signs. Like, yeah, they cheated and stuff, but did the signs really like help them that much if they lost to the Nationals this year? Like, I'm not trying to say like what they shouldn't have cheated. It's fucked up, but how much did it really help them if the Dodgers, when they played them, none of them really batted over like a 300 or something like that. Not even like over a 250. They were all below that. They all striked out. Yasiel Puig or whatever his name is, Cody Bellinger, all those guys, they didn't do good in the postseason either. So it's like, I don't know, how important was this like for the Astros, or was it just, yeah, they were good teams and yeah, they had a little slight advantage, but even without that, they probably still would have won. You know, it's like, I've heard that argument too. Yeah. It's like, that's why the punishment isn't as severe. Because of that. Because it's like, if you look at the numbers, which I'm not a numbers guy, but if you look at them, like, it's just like, yeah, their team didn't do so good either. It's like, you know, it's like...
I consider baseball a more pitching game than it is like a run game. Like, think of the Astros or even like the Nationals this year. Like, they've been waiting for so many years for Steven Strasburg to be healthy because he's had Tommy John surgery. He's had so many injuries. You have Max Scherzer. And then you have on the other side like Justin Verlander. You have all these Zach Greinke, like
Chihuahuas.
The Chihuahuas, yeah. So like I think it's like very important. Like it is the deciding factor in a game if your pitcher's good, because especially in the postseason where that starting pitcher comes in like in the 10th or 11th inning when you go to extras, and he's supposed to start in 2 days, but you're trying to like strategically put it together. Like that's way more important than how many runs you score.
Yeah,
just based off your batting average.
The way you win is you score more runs.
That is correct.
So
that is how sports works.
Yeah, so it may be a pitching game, but I mean, I don't know. It's just, if the Astros, you know, they knew some signs, and yeah, there were some times where they beat the fuck out of teams, and especially in the postseason, there were a couple games where they beat the Dodgers pretty bad, and the Dodgers only had like 2 or 1 run or whatever. But I don't know. I think, I'm not saying it wouldn't have mattered if they cheated or not, but it's just like, I think that is why the punishment isn't as severe as we would like it to be. Morally, this is, you know, incorrect and it's horrible and it's the worst thing. But if you look at it, it's like, did it really help them though? Like, you know, like, did it though?
You gotta look at it too as like the guy the pitcher that's suing them.
Yeah.
I look at it as his life was ruined because of the sign stealing.
Yeah.
He lost his job, his starting job as a pitcher for the Blue Jays, because of the Astros when they played him so many times, and he's giving up 4 or 5 runs and
just
like
bang,
bang, just get him fastball
gone forever.
Aaron Hernandez.
Hanging with Hernandez.
What did you do in high school with your quarterback?
The documentary was so trash.
Anyway, we haven't talked about that.
We haven't. It's sports. We can talk about it here.
I know. Yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah, we're probably gonna do a podcast for like an hour.
Yeah,
because that's just how it happens. By the way, we're doing another one that'll come out tomorrow. The day after this.
So tomorrow?
Yes, but for people that aren't watching it today. Like the next video up. Look, man, I'm just starting out. It's my first time.
It's going to be, so yesterday,
it's my third day
going
out
to be
here.
2 days before yesterday.
It's a leap year.
It actually is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do an episode where we test our knowledge on our respective teams, the Patriots and the Cowboys. We're going to do a quiz on that.
We should do other teams too.
We should. Yeah, I'm going to do more. That'll be a series. I didn't talk about it on the last episode, but this is going to be a recurring episode or series that we're going to do. So I'm going to get people that don't know sports at all, and I'm going to test them on sports, like rules and everything. It's going to be so funny. But, like, we'll get Bobby on here. We'll test him on UFC.
Julio Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I was gonna say a different name. I don't know why.
Bones Jones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chandler Jones.
Jim Jones.
Is that the other guy?
No, it's the rapper.
Bobby is our UFC guy. He's a UFC guru. He just knows everything about UFC. Anything you want to know about UFC, you ask him.
For the time being. Because we're going to quiz him.
Oh. He's going to know. He's going to know everything.
Well,
I'm going to ask him one question. I'm going to ask him everything about Conor McGregor. That's it. That's all I know.
I don't think that's enough.
That's all. No, I'm going to ask him a bunch of questions.
It's like me asking Tom Brady questions.
I got you.
Exactly. You're going to know him. I need to test you. I need to curb your enthusiasm.
I only know stuff about Tom Brady, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's going to be fun.
And Julian Edelman.
I have no Julian Edelman on there. for the quiz. Yes, they're good questions. I guarantee you. Like you're gonna be like
the quiz is up here for me, for you.
Yeah.
A lot of the
on the top of the dome.
Yeah, it's no big.
Wilder.
Wilder.
Okay. DJ D-Rick.
Cut the beat. If you've never seen Wild 'N Out, MTV, check it out.
That was freshman year.
Dude, remember we watched it all the time?
Yep. On the MTV app.
Good times.
And it's trash now.
Like the trash cans the Astro used to... Don't hit it that hard. Have you seen that TikTok where it's
Fastball.
The Phil Collins song?
Yes. That's why I did it, because I just saw that. I didn't want to bang it that much, because I get copyright. But he's like, fastball. It's like, oh, okay. It's a hot bet. What else is going on?
That's creative. That was really creative.
It was, yeah.
That was
I liked it.
Super nice. XFL.
XFL, man.
I've watched like 2 minutes of it, but I've seen all the highlights on Twitter. Pretty damn good.
Their social media game is good.
I feel like they have to be though. Like they need to get people's like attention. Like
right, yeah, like TikTok. I follow them on TikTok, and they do a really good job.
Yeah.
They do the obvious ones.
I like after every single game, they always like post videos of them like drinking and stuff, and like
I like
shotgunning beers and stuff. And I'm like, you know what it feels like to me? It's like, you ever seen Blue Mountain State?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know why it gives me those vibes. Like
it gives me the college vibe because it's casual.
Yeah.
But in a
Are they
more
gonna have like the
mature manner.
playoffs and stuff?
Yes, they are.
They are.
So you got 10 teams.
10 teams.
They have 2 conferences, 2 divisions.
Dallas Renegades.
Renegade. Ooh.
We did that at the same time.
I know we did.
Yeah, you know.
TikTok. So they're gonna take the top 2 seeds in each conference, match them against each other, and then they're gonna have a championship game. So it's only like a 4
It's just semifinal.
Yeah.
Final.
So it's just 4 teams just to make it easy. So it's a 10-week really schedule. Which I love. Like just starting out, I thought there was gonna be a lot more teams, but after looking
Soon there will be. I'm
yeah,
sure.
they're gonna expand. But I mean, 10 teams. Their names are pretty cool. I like their names.
Their jerseys are nice too.
Very nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Their attendance is up from week 1 to 2. Their viewership went down a little bit, but I think it's just with anything, it's the viewership's gonna be top tier and then
be like
dip down.
fluctuating a lot. Like
Yeah.
that.
But I think as you go on, like the attendance is good because people want to go to those games. I guarantee you, they're cheap to go to.
Yeah, and
But it's just a good time.
The Dallas Renegades, I think the season tickets was like $100 for season tickets.
That's not bad. I'd do that.
$100 for
Yeah.
season tickets. Beautiful.
Yeah. It's Globe Life Stadium, the old one.
The old one. The
Still,
new one is nice.
the new one looks beautiful, man.
Oof.
Pluckers in there too.
Ooh.
That's the move.
It's been a while since I've been to a Rangers game.
Last one I went to.
We should go in to play the Astros.
Do I'll bring my trash can? It's a curve.
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of people like. If I was other teams, if I was the Dodgers, and if I was like, who else they get cheated out? Any other team in the NFL, I would sell trash cans and like wooden sticks or
Like
something.
during the postseason,
And
instead
just-
of like rally towels, just ooh, like the ones that they do like at games that they
Yeah,
like,
the
hit
little-
each other. Wait, instead it's trash cans. I'm all for that.
I would have like
That'd be quality.
all the
content.
reports that of them cheating printed on the trash can, like the part of the design.
Yes.
And then the stick is like, I don't know. That
When Jose Altuve comes up to bat, they just put his speech that he said
yeah.
at the beginning,
Oh yeah.
just like not apologizing.
I think teams are gonna troll them.
Yes, they should.
They should.
They really should.
Oh, dude, I'm excited.
You're gonna see that in sports
I'm
too.
gonna watch baseball now. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, Jacob.
I can never watch baseball unless it's the postseason.
Or unless you're there.
Yes. Well, even when you're there, you're just taking in the ambiance.
Yeah.
you
But
know.
it's
a fun
better.
experience. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. But fun
XFL.
experience is the XFL.
XFL.
Like, I think it's just consumable is just the word that always comes to mind. It just
It's so different, but it's so similar to the NFL. It's football, but it's just so quicker, and it's like the trick plays.
I
and
do like that it's faster.
It's just, I don't know. It's everything that I think the NFL, well, people want from the NFL, especially after not this past season, but last season when it was all offense. Remember we
Mhm.
had those games like the Chiefs and the Rams, and
Everyone loves that.
it was just offense. And the Super Bowl was like a huge disappointment to people, even though it was one of the best Super Bowls ever. The Patriots and the Rams, and even this past Super Bowl, it was meh. It was okay. And this past season
Yeah, that
too,
one
it
felt
was an offensive NFL season, but it kind of went back a little to defense. Like defense kind of really came down to it.
Always goes back to defense.
And it's just like that's just the way it's gonna be. So I think the XFL is what people wanted in the NFL for the past couple seasons, and it's quicker, it's fun, it's people. It's not like you have any emotion to it, so you can just enjoy the games. Like
Mhm.
you don't sound like, oh damn, like my favorite team loses, like, I'm gonna be pissed or whatever. It's just like, this is fun to watch.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna take a long time to really invest in it emotionally to find like your team and then want them to succeed. Like the Dallas Renegades, like cool, they're the Dallas team and I like the Dallas Cowboys, but I'm not like invested in them.
I don't think you'll ever get invested in a team like that because they are like not the NFL. If that makes sense, like if the way I see it, it's like there's the MLS, right, and then you have the USL, which is where the El Paso Locomotive play.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, there's no MLS team in them like in El Paso, but at the same time, you're never gonna root for the Locomotive just like you would, the LA Galaxy or something like that. And that's not saying because you don't, love your city or anything like that. Obviously you go for them, but that emotional connection isn't gonna be there because it's not as major of a league. Then they're both professional. They're both professional, but it's just the NFL has established itself and it's been around. In the XFL, give it like 15, 20 years if it sticks. Yeah, maybe it'll probably be the new NFL, and the NFL will be like whatever, like no one wants to play there. You'll probably see players moving on over to the XFL.
It'll be more competitive in that aspect instead of being a developmental.
Yeah, right now they're doing it to get everyone in, and then they'll start moving the rules around and just making it to where it's like, oh, like this is an actual league that's going to be around for a while. So let's make it to where players can be around for a while. And let's make it. They got to make some rule changes or whatever, and they're going to do that. And hopefully, they stick around for a while.
See, they make their money off of guys like Landry Jones, Cardale Jones, like guys
people that were supposed to be good in the NFL.
Like, get the name out there. But what you do long term is investment in guys that are grown into the XFL.
Colin Kaepernick, XFL.
Report said that he asked for too much money, according to XFL owners. Which in reality, I don't know how much he's asking for. I don't like the market for quarterbacks at all, like how much you have to pay for them. Do I think Dak's worth the NFL money? Yes, but in general, that contract is just too much. Whether it's Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, no one should be paid that much money. You should take a little bit less, build your team around you.
Exactly.
That's just what it should be if you want to be the best.
Exactly.
You can make more off endorsements. That is true. There is stats.
Yeah.
So, for Colin Kaepernick to ask for all this money from all the hardships that he's had, I get that. 100%. I get that you should be paid for your troubles.
He's making a lot of money, though, from Nike.
Right, but...
Wasn't that the same issue with the NFL, that he was just asking for way too much money?
Exactly, yeah.
It's not that they don't want to let him play. It's just, bro, you haven't played in, 3 years?
But when you're paying, let's say Kyle Allen gets a huge-ass contract from the Carolina Panthers.
But he's playing. He played relatively okay.
But do you think Colin Kaepernick's a better quarterback?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in 3 years.
From what you've seen.
The game has changed so much from him playing 3 years
ago. But don't you
ago.
think it fits Colin more now because he's a running quarterback, but also has a solid arm?
I haven't seen him in a while.
What the foundation of Colin Kaepernick is he can run the read option, but has a strong arm.
But it's been 3 years. And if I was an NFL owner or GM, I'm not going to pay some guy off of what he was 3 years ago. Because think about this, Cam Newton, when you drafted him, 2013, or when did you get drafted? 2013, right? 2014?
2012, 2013?
One of those.
Yeah.
3 years after that, he was in the Super Bowl, whatever. And then 1 more year after that, it was just where did Cam Newton go? And now he's
people are basing his market off of what he was.
They shouldn't do that, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's not us. It's not okay. Okay. Do that. All right. Should we just break up right now?
Wait. I was thirsty. No, but that's what I'm saying.
So we're on the same page here as far as
Colin
it's
Kaepernick
broken.
needs to understand that they're not going to pay you your money. You haven't played in 3 years. Yeah. Regardless of what you were in the past, it's I want to see you out there in a game. Up against this San Francisco defense, or this Baltimore defense, or this Titan defense, or this Patriot defense. And if you're still as good as you were, you're one play away from winning a Super Bowl basically. And if you're still that guy, I'll pay you the money, whatever. But I need to see something. I need to see that you still got it, not this workout that you're gonna have and you can throw the ball 50 yards. Ooh, any quarterback can throw the ball 50 yards with no pressure like that. You know what I mean?
I get you. Now, the way he handled the workout was terrible. For him to be like, oh, it's going to be here. Never mind, 40 minutes late, it's going to be over here. It's stupid.
Yes, very.
I know that they did you dirty.
I don't even think he's trying to play. I honestly don't think he's trying to play.
God, I hope that's not the case.
I honestly don't think he's trying to play.
Because there's a lot of people out there that just despise Colin Kaepernick because of how he's handling the situation. And, like, they make arguments, I'm like, that makes sense.
I honestly don't think he wants to play. Like, I don't... If he wanted to play, he would just play. You know? And I've heard a lot of people say, like, he's doing it more for the money than he is for the love of the game. And once players start... I get you got to make your money. You got to provide for you. You got to think long term. And this is a career and this is a business at the end of the day. But if you say you love football as much as you say you do, and you say you want to play as much as you say you do, and then you get offered, all right, like, we're going to host a workout for you, blah, blah, and that, and then you change it and you mess everything up. And it doesn't make sense to me as to why he's being so, I guess, like, I don't want to say childish, but just immature with the whole process of dealing it. If he wanted to play football, he'd be like, yeah, you know what, I'll play in the XFL, or I'll play in Canada, or I'll play in the AAF, or whatever it used to be. Now it's not there anymore. But, like, he would have done that to show, like, hey, I still want to play. Like, I still want to do this. Like, oh, shit, I still want to do this and stuff, and I still want to be a part of football, and I still want to make a comeback. And if that was truly the case, I'm sure he would have been like, yeah, I'll play a year in the NFL, get paid, not even $1 million, whatever. Sit back up and then, play whatever.
System,
yeah. That's if he really wanted to play football. But this whole, like, oh, no, like, I'm asking for this much money. I'm not even going to play in the XFL. I'm asking for this much money. It's like, do you really want to play at the end of the day? It doesn't...
It's contradicting because of the fact that he posts, like, all these workout videos. He's like, I'm in better shape than I've ever been. I can throw the ball deeper.
Exactly.
And you're just like, well, then
go out there and prove it. Yeah, like, go play.
Yeah.
Just play a couple games. Even if he played, like, maybe 4 games where it was, like, really good, and it's like, nah, he still has it. You can tell right away if a quarterback has it or doesn't. It's not like it takes a whole season to do. It's like, like, this quarterback has it, especially in the clutch moments like that.
Mm-hmm.
If he's clutch, give him money. Not a lot, but just give him whatever he's asking for. Just go ahead. That's it. But he doesn't want to play, so how would I know?
How do we get
I don't know. We were talking about XFL, and then I was like, what about Colin Kaepernick
Right.
playing? And then you were like, well, there's been reports, but he's asking for too much money. And I was like, oh, why is he asking for too much money? And yeah.
So the XFL.
What does it stand for?
Extreme Football League, it was like the initial, yeah. Because do you remember like anything from the old one?
Old one.
Like it was basically wrestling.
We
but
weren't
on the football field.
alive. Were we?
We were, like barely.
Barely though.
This was like
Still
early
alive,
2000.
but I'm barely breathing. Sorry, that's pretty good. Music major. From the green.
I don't know the song.
You don't know?
I'm trying to think the lyrics, but I can't. Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
Okay.
Cashmere.
Toxic by Britney Spears. God bless the United States.
We told that story, right?
I think we told it on stream. We told it on stream.
Story time.
Yeah. Sorry, are we saying it now?
Oh yeah.
I just said we said it on stream.
Is your stream still on YouTube?
Yes.
It's like 7 hours long.
I know.
I'm gonna scroll through.
So
it.
now that I know how to record on Streamlabs with a PC that can handle that, I'll be able to do like highlights clips of the stream.
Find it and post that clip.
Yeah. Well, I can't do it on the last one.
Story time. We were sitting there watching. What game was it?
Yeah, it was the
UFC.
It was Adesanya versus Kevin Gals.
Yeah. So we were talking about our walkout songs. What our walkout songs would be. We're like, oh, it'd probably be something like some banda or something like that.
Yeah,
and then Lutz was like, no, like, if you could, what would you change the national anthem to? And, like, I kid you not,
like that.
Instant, I was like, Toxic by Britney Spears. And I did that. Yeah, there you go. Coming green.
I literally died that day.
It was funny. Yeah, you had to be there.
You had to.
XFL. What else is going on in sports besides XFL and
Greg
Astros?
Olsen signed with the Seahawks.
I saw that. Good fit for him. Really good fit.
Really good.
Amazing.
Because they
Finally, Russell Wilson has a tight end. He had Cody Hollister or Jacob Hollister. Which one was it?
It was Jake Hollister, something like that. It started with a J.
They're twins. They used to both play on the Patriots, and then we released him.
All for real?
Yeah, and he did really good with the Seahawks this year. Young
What's
guy.
the other guy's name?
But
I remember that the first time I talked about this at work, it was Hollister and Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson, who was on the Raiders. He was on Hard Knocks, I think, and he got released. And then, yeah.
He's not a numbers guy, though.
He used to play for the Seahawks. Then he got traded to the Raiders, got cut, got re-signed by the Seahawks. Because him and Pete Carroll were like boys. So
They're good.
Yeah.
Like, Russell Wilson has made that work But to now have a guy like Greg Olsen, who's not just that,
DK
like a good
Metcalf in his second year.
Decaf Metcalf.
Love
him. And then to have Greg Olsen, who's not just a good player, but a good leader, goes great with Russell Wilson. I mean, 2 white guys put together. I mean, that's great. Have you heard Russell Wilson talk?
Yeah, he's a really stand-up guy. I love him.
Sounds like a white guy.
I love him.
Love him, the quarterback, though.
He's a good quarterback. He's a really good quarterback. Stupid good. I'm trying to think, like, hear him in my head. Like, yeah, he does.
He's
very, like, yeah. He's good.
He's a stand-up guy.
He's very, very
someone
mature.
you want leading your team.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. So,
he's the only reason the Seahawks have been relevant.
Oh, hands down.
Every single year.
That's why I don't trust them every year. Is that they're a good team, but it's only Russell Wilson.
Did we not say at the beginning of the season, you're like, no, bro, Seahawks, no, they're going to be bad. And I was like, no, they're going to win, like, at least 12 games.
I didn't say they were going to be bad.
You said they weren't going to be good. And I was like,
I said their wins aren't going to mean anything went down the road. Look at the record.
They were close.
The teams that went to the playoffs or were, like, winning teams, they didn't beat. They didn't beat the Ravens. They didn't beat the Browns once.
Doesn't matter. They got there.
And then guess what happens? You lose to the Packers.
Aaron Rodgers. Overrated.
So your team's not better than Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. The Packers were a better team.
Just it doesn't matter who's a better team. It's just who plays better that day. That's what football is. That's why you can have the Ravens lose at the beginning of the season to the Browns, and you're like, oh, shit, what the fuck? And then they go on this hot streak and don't lose again, and then they get blown out by fucking Derrick Henry. Literally just Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill was just like... Oh, you need to win the ball? Play action? Okay.
So we're running play action or play action?
That's all it was.
It was, yeah.
And then the Chiefs were like, no. We're going to hold Derrick Henry to under 70 yards rushing. Force Ryan Tannehill to throw the ball. Sucked. Trash. That's what I've been saying all year. He's a play action quarterback. A lot of quarterbacks are like that, though.
But the Chiefs
Chiefs are amazing.
because they're a great team.
Yeah.
It's not just Patrick Mahomes.
It was, though, for a little bit, though. Without Patrick Mahomes, that team doesn't win anything.
But as the season went on, they got better as a team.
Because of
I didn't see that with the Seahawks. It was just Russell Wilson.
Still, though.
You can only get so far
Russell
with
Wilson
just
will
a
make it work.
quarterback.
He made it to the Super Bowl. He had the Legion of Boom.
He had a great team. His defense was better than the offense.
That's good.
Even with Russell Wilson.
It's usually good.
So, yeah, that's my point. Is that it can't just be the quarterback. The Packers. Like, really, at the end, it looked like it was just Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers, when you rely on him, there was nothing. Like, he looked terrible. He did the cam where he just looked at the ball.
Yeah, that was bad.
So, yeah, like, you can't just rely on one player. Same thing. Like I mentioned on Twitter, it was like James Harden will never win a championship.
That's not a hot take, by the way. That's pretty
I
obvious.
think it's a hot take.
Nah.
People will say he's one of the greatest players of all time. I don't.
No.
I don't think so at all.
No. He's never going to win a championship. You can't win, like you said, off of ISO ball. You just can't win. Just can't do it.
It's just the way they play. It's just they traded away their most important player. Clint Capella was the reason why they would win championships, and they almost did. Remember the year where they went to Game 7 with the Warriors? I was like, this is their time.
Yep, that was the only chance they had, really.
And Clint Capella did not show up in that Game 7. He showed up earlier in the series with those games.
Yep.
Because they needed a post presence.
Who's playing their center now? PJ Tucker, right?
Yeah. The first day, didn't they go against the Pelicans and they're like PJ Tucker against Zion? It's the guy that's like against Taco. He's the fat guy. He's like, what do I do with this?
Where do I put my hands?
Even the Warriors needed to adjust at some point when they played small ball.
Yeah.
They had really small guys. Draymond Green would play the center sometimes. But then they realized, we need JaVale McGee. We need DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
We need someone down low. Zaza Pachulia. Remember him?
Rip.
Where is he?
Oh, he's playing. No, he's with the...
He's breaking someone's ankles right now. He doesn't play in the NBA.
No, he doesn't. You know who doesn't play in the NBA? And I was actually really surprised. Lance Stevenson plays in China. Do you know that?
Oh, now that you say that,
they posted on ESPN
you get a
or something.
fat ass contract in China.
I thought you were gonna say he has a fat ass.
Yo, TT, what you doing out here with all his ass?
Oh my god.
Where's Zaza?
Are you looking it up?
Yes.
Zaza.
He is
Isaiah
former
Pachulia.
player who is a basketball operations consultant for the Golden State Warriors.
So he works in the office, basically?
Yeah. What the fuck?
How do you
Where
get
was
that?
the retirement tour? Where was the,
The
like...
farewell tour? They don't let
Yeah.
him like that.
They don't like you like that?
Oh,
So, they said that's Paul Pierce?
Draymond Green was telling Paul Pierce. And Paul Pierce was just like...
Yeah, no. Because Paul Pierce talks shit about Kobe and, like, a lot of players that just don't deserve disrespect.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then...
Same with Jason Whitlock.
Jeez, what looks stupid.
Fuck that guy.
I hate him.
I hate that show.
That one video where...
What I heard.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'd be next to him.
If you know, you know.
If
Every
you know,
time.
you know.
You already know it's coming. You're like, God damn it, man. Warn me next time. Fuck. Damn it, man. I'm trying to eat.
Speak for yourself.
That show got really weird. They have like some segment where they ask like a... I don't know if it's a genie dude or something, but it's just... I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know the...
Well, they copy that from Pardon the Interruption, but Pardon the Interruption is just OG.
Yeah.
That's the greatest. I want to take over for that one day. Tony Kornheiser?
Really?
I'm the next Tony Kornheiser.
I think it
but
should
with
be on
hair.
Fox Sports. I don't think you should go ESPN.
I think the way it's going, how, like, chill I am, and how we're doing this, like, it's much more like Fox.
Just take Joey Taylor's spot.
No, I can never do that.
And then he'll be like, Armando Lutz with the news.
News.
It's the headline. That was pretty good, actually. That was it.
I love that guy that does the impressions of Colin Cowherd.
Those are good. What's his name?
I don't know. Martin?
Well, he also does Coach O, Nick Saban. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Who else does he do? There's a couple other people.
He
He does
does,
Pat
like-
McAfee.
His Pat McAfee's really good, too.
A man that doesn't put mustard, but ketchup.
He's great,
Dude, I die
man.
every time.
He's a comedian. Like, improvisation, however you say it. Like, he's,
Tomato.
potato, tomato.
Okay.
Okay.
He does stand up.
Does he
He's
really?
posted a clip of like where he's like doing stand up.
I would totally go watch him.
Yeah. Pretty funny. Pretty funny guy.
You see the latest one where he does, like, the post-date interview?
Yeah. You decided not to open the door for her. What was that about?
Hey, it's the third date. I trust my instincts. And I'm like, dude, this guy's great. This guy's phenomenal. Where are we at? 47?
47 minutes already?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Prove it. Send pics.
47?
That's
48.
48.
No.
48. 2 seconds. 3
What
seconds.
have we forgotten?
Any other sports to see? Champions League is back.
I didn't get to watch it. Everyone got upset.
Yeah, I didn't
Every
watch
team
it
that
either.
I thought would win, they didn't.
But
Not by much, though.
Real Madrid this week, next week.
Against Man City.
Man City, who will no longer be in the Champions League for the next 2 years because they fucked up their financial something. They lied or something. I don't know.
Is it they spend too much money?
I think they lied about
How much money they had?
Yeah, their taxes or something like that. I don't know.
Fucking
They didn't do it
taxes.
right, So they got banned for the next 2 years. I think they appealed it. I don't know how that went though, but I haven't really kept up with it. I haven't
Appeals are stupid.
watched soccer in so long.
It's been a minute.
What's the last soccer game you watched?
It had to be a friendly for Mexico.
Mexico and Croatia when we went in March.
So not the World
Damn, that was almost a year ago.
That was more than a year ago.
Wasn't it last March?
The Croatian game?
That was 2 years
That was
ago.
2 years
'Cause
ago.
It was 2018, and then
That was right before the World Cup.
Oh my god!
Dude, there's a game like in Dallas next month.
Yeah, don't they play Honduras,
No.
Ecuador?
No. I heard reports of Italy.
They're playing Italy.
Maybe. I may be wrong on that.
I don't know if
Or
they-
some really random country in
I
South
don't think
America.
Italy is playing any of their. They're not playing Jean-Luigi Buffon.
Buffoon.
You buffoon. They're not playing Cellini, Bonucci. None of those guys. They're all old.
Rest in
Damn,
peace.
Italy was stacked, bro. 2006 when they won that.
That was the first World Cup I ever watched. First ever moment of the World Cup I ever watched.
Zidane
was
be like,
Zidane headbutting him. I was like, I like this.
He talked about his sister. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Talked shit about his sister, and he's like, "The fuck you say to me, little shit?" Boom.
That's a strong headbutt, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what else is he gonna do? Fucking.
Like a normal human
So,
being.
the ball. Well, think about it. Soccer players, we have stronger heads because fucking
Oh, true.
the headers,
Yeah.
So always he was like, Oh.
Speaking of CTE, Antonio Brown.
Do you see that? The thing? The weight?
Yes, dude.
You know? And then he posted he's like hit harder than... What's that player's name? The one that hit him?
Vontez Perfect.
Yeah. That's how you say his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see the interview with Rachel Nichols?
No.
I saw...
where he's... Did she ask him about Tom Brady or something like that? And he wanted to play with him?
That,
I saw that
and then
part.
she was like, do you think those perfect hits, like, gave you CTE? And then he's like, no, I'm healthy. I have a lot of money. And she's like,
That's not what I asked.
no. This is what I asked. Do you think CTE is a big portion of why you've been having these issues or why, like, people are going against you? He's like, I'm handsome. I have a lot of money, so I'm good. I'm like,
Oh, yeah. No, he's fucked up. That is CTE.
It's
at its
scary.
finest. Yeah.
it's really scary to think that man, like, went from being the baby face of the NFL.
And he was fine.
He was fine. He was fine.
Like, he was chilling.
Right? And
Popping
then
off. Business was booming.
booming, dude.
Booming, bro. And then
He
all
was
of a
gonna
sudden-
get the highest contract for a wide receiver.
And then after that hit, kind of everything was like... He started
It
a
was the
little...
last year in Pittsburgh that just it changed.
A lot of people are saying that Mike Tomlin really, like, handled him and was the one that kept him under wraps. I don't think that was the case. I think really what we're seeing here is a textbook definition of CTE and how fragile and important keeping our brains, like, safe and keeping them, like, I don't know. There's so much things that can get knocked up loose up there, and like, so many different parts of the brain control our emotions or how we react to things.
Decision
Decision-making and all that stuff. So if anything is, like, moved in there,
It's
all that is, like,
instinctual.
out the window.
Yeah.
And it's like, it can go from one day to the next like that. Especially when hits like that, they add up. They get worse over time.
Right, yeah.
And if
it's
it's
a
not-
long-term thing.
And if it's not looked into, and if it's not treated, if it's not done anything, like, it just makes it worse.
Mhm.
And so, like, what we're seeing is literally, like, CTE. Because he wasn't like this all the time. Yeah, he caused a little drama here and there with the Facebook Live and
It was
stuff
just
like
fun,
that.
though.
But it was
like,
just, like, you know, simple little things. It was never...
there was no bad intention with, like, being in the locker room, like, on
Exactly.
Facebook
He
Live.
was just celebrating
But
it.
the one Instagram Live where he's, like, cussing out the cops in front of his house.
Yeah, like that.
That's completely
Or
different.
tweeting out, like, you know...
About his dad and everything. That was
about the
horrible.
Raiders GM, about
Yeah.
Robert Kraft, calling him out about his, you know, his little incident, stuff like that. Like, that stuff he would have never done. That's just, I don't know. What we're seeing here is, like, you know, he needs medical help, really. And I'm not, you know, trying to be a dick about it, but really, like,
No,
that,
it's serious
It's
now.
serious, and, like, I think there's a lot of memes and stuff that are made about him and stuff, but this was a player who was arguably the best wide receiver in the league.
Could go down as one of the greatest. A great story, too, coming
Yeah,
out of,
I
like,
mean-
Central Michigan?
Yeah,
I
he
think?
he worked hard. Like, he has a strong work ethic. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
he
on that.
didn't go from, like, college to greatness. He had to
worked
go
his
up.
ass off, and
Yeah.
he became one of the best, if not the best. You know, you can make the argument on other players, but seeing his, like, I guess his fall and his demise, I guess you could say, it sucks seeing it because he's such a talented player that you wish you would see on Sunday. You wish that, you know, me as a Patriots fan, that he would be still be in a Patriots uniform. Even if you're a Steelers fan, you wish he was still wearing that 84 with your team. You know, and if you're just a fan of football, you want the best players out there playing their best because that just makes the game better for everyone.
And
it makes
gets a lot more money.
and it gets a lot more money. But the fact that he's, you know, causing all these scenes and doing all these different things, and, you know, the police are outside his house and he's Instagram Live and talking a bunch of shit to them, you know, recording all these albums, saying he's gonna fight Logan or Jake Paul, one of those guys. Like, there is something wrong with him in his head, and it's not even like, oh, he's just, you know, crazy or anything like that. Like, no, there's
Oh, he's just living his life.
he's just being dumb, immature. No, it's dude, like, is messed up in the head, and someone needs to help him. Someone needs to, like, people around him should, like, yo, like, let's take you in. Let's get some CT scans going. Let's figure out what is going on. Let's just make sure nothing is going on, because if it's not treated, it's just only gonna get worse.
Yeah.
And, you know, it could result in, you know, horrible things. It could lead to depression. It could lead to certain things where he might do something that, you know, would affect the whole people around him, the whole community around him. And that's how serious CTE is. I mean, there's a whole movie about a concussion. Like, I don't know if you've seen it. But CTE is one of the, like, the biggest issues that football players deal with, like, coming out of football. You know, and it deals with their head, it deals with their emotions, they become depressed, and, like, there's so many serious issues with it. You know, Gronkowski talked about how he didn't want to be out on the field that last season he was playing. There'd be times where he's like, just put in this other guy, put not Ben Watson, what's his name? Who else do we have? Martellus Bennett, Marty. He'd be like, put in Marty because I don't feel like playing. Like, he just wasn't in the right headspace because he, been hit so many damn times in his
Right,
head.
yeah, and Andrew Luck, like his
Same thing. He wasn't in the right headspace either. Like it's a serious issue that I think
Luke Kuechly,
Luke Kuechly,
the most
29 years old or something like
yeah.
that, and retired. Like,
And that one snapshot of just him being on the car and just like crying,
yeah,
like that's something in his head. That's
like,
not just like
dude,
fear.
like that. The fact that these players like were able to like realize like, hold on, like I'm not okay. Let me take a step back. Like those players.
Super smart.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to do too. Like to realize like, yo, I'm not okay. Like Carson Wentz, the playoff game, when he got hit in the head, who was it that hit him? Jadeveon Clowney, right?
Yep.
They asked him like, "Are you good to play?" Like they did the test and he was fine, but he's like, "You know what? I don't feel right."
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out later on that he had some damage done or whatever like that. And it's a lot to like admit that like I have some serious issues like CTE or concussions, whatever you want to call it. And for Antonio Brown, like I think the people around him are the ones that are screwing him over the most for not trying to help him. I'm not there with him obviously, but he needs help. And like all these Instagram lives that he's always doing, always tweeting and stuff, like it's just adding on and it's just making it like worse, and it's just adding, I don't know, he just needs to get help. That's it.
Yeah. And probably to end it, the Aaron Hernandez like documentary.
That too, yeah.
That's exactly like how we learned more about CTE and how
Definitely
that could lead to other things, because it was just like instinctual things that happen from like being at Florida, being with the Patriots, and then like all the cases and murders that happen. I hate that they focused on that for like 15 minutes at the very end.
Yeah, and then they really talked about more like everything else, like
being gay with his high school quarterback.
Apparently a lot of people were saying that wasn't true. Like a lot of people that went to that, apparently that quarterback didn't even play. Like he wasn't even the starter.
I didn't like that at all.
Those
two guys, sketchy as hell.
Yeah, like I think what happened was whoever directed it or whoever produced it or whatever, I don't know how that works, but I think they just tried to get it so quick. I don't really think they investigated or put the time into it, and I think they were trying to spin it off as like Aaron Hernandez was this type of guy, and like not really like, you know what, he had some serious mental issues and this is what happened. Like I'm not saying that like what he did was justifiable because he had CTE or whatever. I'm not saying that, but there was some serious issues that I think we need to look into versus him being gay and stuff like that. And even then, like that quarterback, the dude that was talking, didn't really seem super reliable. Like it was like, I don't know, you seem sketch.
There was no reason to mention it.
Exactly. Like it wasn't. It didn't play a single part in what he did. Like it didn't. His childhood, yes, like the way he was raised and the way his dad was an alcoholic and would beat the family and stuff, and he would see that. Even the way he would talk with his mom and stuff, like you could tell that there's been issues since he was a kid.
Yeah.
And even that develops like psychologically, and that affects you as a kid. How you're raised and how you see your parents like fight with each other, argue with each other, that affects you from a very early like stage in life. So that was important. Like that was good. Like you see like, okay, this is how he was raised and this is how he's brought up and stuff. But they should have focused more on like, yeah, he had I think it was like 3 concussions in his career, and he played like not that long in his NFL career. I don't know how many he had in college, but that's what they should have been looking. They should have been looking at his brain scans. Like I think they looked at one and it was like his brain was smaller than the average brain because it's just how many times it's been hit.
Right.
So I think that's what they should have focused on more.
Yeah, they try to tie that in at the very end of like Odin Lloyd knew that Aaron Hernandez, or like he caught him being like in a homosexual act, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's why like Aaron Hernandez wanted to go out and make sure that he was taken care of. Like that's I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I don't care why, like him being homosexual is a part of this murder. I need to know why like that CTE portion is the biggest part of it. Because no guy just randomly goes from being a multimillionaire, having a perfect family, perfect household, living in a suburb type of environment,
just snapping like that,
and snapping like that twice.
Yeah, and that's
allegedly.
The cause of like when I forget what's in charge of your decision making. The hypo. I don't know. I'm not gonna even say because I'm not gonna get it wrong, but it's the decision making part of your brain, and like if you hit it enough times, like that shit just goes out of whack, and like that's why you're able to snap like that. That's why they have these they get angry so quick and they snap, and it's just that's a part of it. And I think it's really important to focus more on the CTE aspect, to focus more on the brain, and just for these new players, these players that are coming into the league, even young guys that like are 15, 16 that are playing tackle football already starting, and even for parents, like I'm not saying don't play tackle football, like yeah, play it, but just know what what is at stake when you get hit in the head way too many times.
Yeah.
Like, it comes with the sport, and yeah, I mean, I'm glad all these helmet companies are making safer helmets, and like even Antonio Brown with all that shit with his helmet, like it was a helmet made to protect him better, and he was like, nah. Like, I don't know, but I don't know. It's sad. It sucks.
It really is. Because they showed like the scans of Aaron Hernandez's head,
and it was like,
which I've never seen before, and he had the black spots like at the top.
That's not good.
That is
Shouldn't
not
have
good.
it.
Like they were, compared to normal grain, I was like, oh shit! Like I've never seen this. Why is this the first time I've ever seen it?
Exactly, and I think they should have shown that like in the documentary.
Should have been like the first.
That should have been the main focus of it. Is like, I think what they didn't want to do is they didn't want to make it seem like they were trying to give a reason as to why he did it. I think they didn't want to come across as like we're kind of defending him, like, maybe that's the only thing I can think of as why they didn't take that approach.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, it's just like you have to include it.
You have to.
It just, I don't know.
You can mention the allegations or the speculation, rumors of being gay.
Even then, it's not necessary.
It's
like,
not necessary though.
The
it shouldn't be it shouldn't be on the first episode.
Yeah, it shouldn't be your main like motive that you carry throughout. What is 3 episodes? It shouldn't be the main thing that is just always there. Like it's not relevant to what's going on. Like I don't know.
Because I don't care what you do with that quarterback in high school. Like it doesn't lead to murdering a guy in like plain sight.
Yeah,
it just doesn't.
Those
happen.
Scans. That's what leads to doing that. Like, the brain scans. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Rip the dream.
And then hearing his wife, like she got interviewed like afterward, like them talking about how the rumors, and then like having the phone calls like when he was in jail, like just having that conversation. She was like, "That's really personal." Like, they asked me to be on there, I declined, but I was like, "Hey guys, you just gotta leave her alone." That poor like daughter.
Well, I think those phone calls, ones that were recorded in prison, they're recorded. So I mean, they're not. They really can't be that personal. But like they tell you, like this is gonna be recorded and stuff. And when you go visit someone in jail, they tell you like it's recorded for security purposes and stuff like that. So, and it becomes public information. Like you can't look it up, but I think it just becomes open. So, but even then, like a lot of that stuff, I don't think was necessary. I think they did it just to dramatize it and to get its views and stuff, which is horrible because it's like a real person that. Just recently committed suicide. It was fairly. All this happened like very recently. I don't know. I don't get when shows do that. It's like honestly, like I was just talking about Brandon with this and kind of going off talking about Aaron Hernandez, like Narcos Mexico, and like that shit's still going on, and they're making shows about it.
Yeah. And
I think, I mean, great shows. Don't get me wrong. Like I like watching them, but like I started thinking about them. Like people are still living that were affected by this. And then to see, like, what they got on Netflix and they see, the guy that killed their brother or something, and they see, like, El Chapo and stuff like that, and, like, this guy killed whatever.
Putting it in a manner to where, like...
And putting it to making them seem like they're, like,
cool guys.
Yeah, like, handsome as shit, and, like... Yeah. I was showing Brianna, like, the real pictures of what they looked like in real life.
It's not even close.
Not even close. And I was like, it's just crazy to me that, like, not that we're okay with it. I'm not saying, like, boycott Narcos and stuff, but it's just so crazy to me that we're doing this already. Like it's as if and this is the analogy I use. It's as if, and this is kind of harsh, but we were living in 1943, 45. When I don't know when the Holocaust was really going on. 1938 to
45.
Yeah. And they were making a show about it while we were living
that'd
through
be weird.
It when you think about it like that, you're like, oh shit, no. But it's the same thing that's going on, and I think we've just gotten so used to it. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, El Chapo's still alive. Like, he's in some security prison in the U.S., so they say. His son basically just did some shit. I don't know where it was, and he had the whole army. Like, shit is still going on. Like,
which will be like an episode, let's say, 2 years down the road.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Like, and the fighting's still going on. Like, it's not stopping anytime soon, and they're already making the shows about it. Like, I get the Pablo Escobar ones. Yeah, that happened in the 1980s. Okay. Even, the first season of Narcos, that happened in the 1980s, too. But now they're kind of going into...
It's more current.
Yeah. And it's like, hey, I remember this. Like, my mom was like, oh, yeah, I remember this. I remember when they killed that agent or whatever. Like stuff like that. It's like... Yeah. It's like, what? It's just... I don't know.
And I definitely, like... It's hard because when you watch, like, the original Narcos and you're like... Pablo Escobar is a cool-ass dude.
Yeah, like, you're like, damn. Like, you're kind of rooting for them. And then you're like, oh, he killed, like, thousands of people. No biggie.
Like, fuck.
No biggie.
That's weird.
and there's like people that are like affected by that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not that like anyone we know, I'm sure, but like just people everywhere in the world, I'm sure, have been affected by either the violence that is going on or them personally, and for them to just be like, to have to get onto Netflix. Everyone has Netflix. Most people have Netflix. Them to get on and then see like Narcos Mexico and then see the description, and it's like you see the guy that, I don't know, like it's just mind boggling to me.
Mm-hmm.
Still watch it though, but it's just,
Have you finished the season?
yeah,
What do you think?
a little forced. I think
I
in
thought
the
the
second
same way.
season, I think they tried a little too hard. Like when Quavo came out, I was like,
Dude, when he first came out, this is my reaction. Oh, we got this Quavo look. That's Quavo!
Quavo. I don't know. It was okay though. It was good. It got better towards the end, and then like the ending, it was just like, is it?
I didn't think any of that. Like, as far as, like, it got better as it went on in the ending, I thought it was just, like, meh.
There was more drama towards the end, though, I think.
Yeah.
And
they
then
gotta, like, put on a cliffhanger. That way season 3's better. I did like Chapo.
Season 3
Like, whoever played El Chapo
was. Have you seen
good.
El Chapo, like, on the Netflix?
No.
On the Netflix. the Netflix special that they have?
No.
It's pretty good. I forget which actor
I
it
just
is.
forget that one.
It's pretty good, though.
Because there's that one. There's the one they actually put on, like, Spanish TV.
Yeah, there's so
like
many of them.
Like, it's basically Narcos, but on
There's
TV.
so many of them. It's insane.
And they all look weird with their, like, thick-ass mustache.
Yeah, but
I thought the main character, like, Walt, I think that's his
I
name.
liked him.
I didn't like him at
I
all.
liked him a lot.
I did not like him
Just
at
real
all.
chill, real just whatever, just...
Oh.
I liked him.
Because, like, whoever the name of the agent that worked for Miguel Angel, but also would tell them about everything.
Calderon?
Yes.
Calderoni?
Maybe. That sounds familiar,
Something
but,
like
they wouldn't trust him, so, like, at the
I
end...
wouldn't trust him either. But fuck.
Well, at the end, like, they attack, and it's, like,
Spoiler.
it's the decoy, like, plane, and they all get, like, basically murdered except for
Fucked.
Walt.
Yeah.
And then...
He's like, run.
Well, he's like, you should have listened to me, fucker. All right, get out of here before, like, we all kill
He
you.
just killed all my men. Like, what the fuck?
And then you, like, when Miguel Angel gets arrested.
Yeah.
And
and he's talking to him on the phone.
Well, he's there, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you doing here? Like, I told you never to come here again.
Yeah.
He's like, they just told me to be here. And that was it. I'm like, what? Like, that's it?
Well, they're setting it up for season 3.
I know, but, like, I felt Narcos season 1, like, for Mexico was better as far as leaving it on a cliffhanger.
They left it even more on a cliffhanger. You're like, what the fuck is he doing here? Like, he's in El Paso now, which is, I mean, Chuco. Mix up.
Winners. Locomotives.
Chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas.
Indios. Ah, right. Remember them?
Fuck. I had a jersey.
Yeah, me too.
Never fit.
They never did.
They were tight. They
Was
were
it
tight.
fake?
It was fake for
Yeah,
sure.
the fake ones never fit.
Hey,
I had a fake Mexico jersey, never fit.
I definitely had some fake Mexico jerseys.
I actually had a real Mexico jersey, and it was when they had the 3/4 sleeves. I don't know if you remember that.
Ooh.
I'd wear it
I like
every
those.
single day during the summer until it got a hole, like right here.
Rip.
My mom threw it away.
Literal rip.
Literal.
Yeah.
Literally. Rip.
Literally.
Yeah.
I gave my favorite jersey to my girlfriend at the time and had to get it back. So
Ooh,
That
tell
was
us
fun.
about that. How'd that go? Walk me through that. Cause that was pretty. That wasn't recent. It was last year.
that was last year.
Damn. Been a whole year. How you feeling?
Oh, not a whole year.
It's almost a year.
Almost a year.
How you feeling?
I feel way better now.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks.
Good stuff. This podcast wouldn't be happening if that wouldn't have happened. I hope
That's
you know
for sure, man.
that. This wouldn't be
Like,
happening.
I don't think I've gone into actual detail. I've talked about it, like, in the last episode where I was like, some things happened,
Yeah.
and this is what actually caused the podcast to really get it going. But it was because of the breakup, and I felt like I'm not doing shit with my life. I just literally gave everything to them, and, like, just put my heart out, put everything I could, and then, get that text, that late night text, just saying, I got anger issues. I'm like, excuse me?
I don't fucking have any. You talking to me?
It's like, look, Call of Duty is a different animal, but the same beast.
What does that even? Okay.
What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
But yeah.
So, I mean, I owe that to her and to myself for really getting it going.
Keep talk.
Yeah. I remember...
It is 4:43. We're getting deep.
Yeah.
Is it 5:43?
What's the point of the clock?
Because it's an hour behind.
Oh, you're in Brianna time.
It updates itself though. What the heck?
So that's a nice watch.
It's a Fossil smartwatch.
It's like dinosaur.
Wait, no, like Fossil the brand.
Ah, yes.
Ah, good joke. I get it. Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Can't get copyrighted if I sing. I'm not singing.
You know we got copyrighted for the first stream
Which one?
from that video that you showed me on YouTube.
You told me. You were like, bro, it's okay.
Well, I thought
You're like, no, bro, it's okay. And I was like,
my
"Are you
conception was that if it's playing for more than 25 seconds, 30 seconds,
That's
then
what I
it
thought,
gets-
too.
That's what I thought. And then like one of the guys that helped me like put the PC together at work, he was like, "Oh, that's a damn lie." Like you just instantly, if they notice it and they say that's been on YouTube, we'll copyright it.
So then what happens?
So I make no money off of that if I were to.
All right, not making money. It's okay.
No,
Yeah.
not on that. But so
In the near future.
in the near future, I can take off the full
Is that why
stream.
you started putting copyright and Getty images or something like
Yes,
that?
I have to do that now.
Why?
If I make money off of that, that way I don't get sued
From who?
from the people that own that picture.
You
So
really-
let's say I don't put copyright
so-
Getty images.
So if you pop off and you start making like
they can come after
like
me
a
and say
lot
like,
of
bitch,
money.
like you owe us money
Like
because
a
you
lot
use this.
of money.
Yeah.
But if you're making like like $10 an episode, they're not gonna give a shit.
Still, I mean, I got copyrighted immediately.
Well, that's because YouTube is different.
Well, YouTube. Well, I
They
mean,
literally have algorithms to catch that. It's not like someone sat through your whole like YouTube. He's got a fucking YouTube.
we got him.
LAPD, get on the fucking ground.
That's my state of mind.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We got him. We got a 23-19.
I thought I liked playing Fortnite.
They ruined the game.
Anyways, so yeah, I mean,
Where were we?
I don't know.
Oh yes.
What were we talking about?
My ex.
Yes, you were gonna tell the story on how you got your jersey back. Just like Tom Brady when he got his jersey back.
Damn.
Cause there ain't no holler back girl. Get it?
So-
ain't no jersey back. No.
So a week after we broke up,
Jesus.
after I said, F this, I'm done with this, I'm ready to get my stuff. And really the jersey was the only thing because I gave it to her for our 2-month anniversary.
Why don't you have the jersey man?
Yes, I do.
You want to show us?
Yes. I'll get copyrighted.
Oh, wait, really? Really?
No.
Oh. It's like, how
Please don't move the camera.
How
Please
do
don't
you
move the
know?
camera. I'm talking to myself.
Well, you can't see, I mean, because this thing went dark. Went 0 dark 30.
Oh, true. I've yet to see that movie.
My, what?
Yeah.
You've never seen 0 dark 30?
Well, it's cause for a long time.
You gave her that one?
Yeah. It's. What do you mean?
I thought it was the other green one.
Oh, the one with my actual name on it?
Yeah.
Nah, that one I keep for myself.
Here, check it if you move it. I don't know if you did.
I gotta fix the display settings on this. Imagine it's like.
It's like flipped upside down.
Oh, okay, we're good.
No, we're good, we're good.
Okay. So then, the Carlos Vela one from their 2018 World Cup. My favorite player. Actually, now it's Chucky Lozano, but I got another jersey for that. Which one do I have? Oh, the black one. So I gave that to her for our anniversary. And then, a week after we broke up, I was like, hey, I want to go pick up my jersey because you ain't keeping that shit. And so she's like, oh, okay, well, like, when do you want to pick it up? I was like, I'll just, like, come, because she lives in Denton. So I would have to drive, like, 40 minutes. And then, so I was like, just put it in the mailbox. That way I could just pick it up real quick and while you're at work. So she's like, okay, I'll leave it in the mailbox. Because she goes to work at, like 4 or 5 in the morning. She worked on, like, a ranch or farm, whatever. Yeehaw! Renegade. So then the morning of, I woke up hella early. And I was ready to go. Like, I was all ready to go. I was in my room, like, had the keys ready. And she's like, oh, sorry. Forgot to put it in the mailbox. I'm like, fuck! Alright, so then I'll go later on tonight. So I text her at, like, 7 or 8. And I'm like, alright, I'm on my way. And she's like, alright, but what time are you coming? And I'm like, I'm leaving like 40 minutes, or I will be there in 40 minutes. And then she's like, oh, okay. I'm like, she's saying like she's not home, she's not gonna be there. I'm like, so why are you asking what time I'm gonna be there?
Why are you asking all them questions?
Why you?
Copywriter.
So then I head over there. I get there, and like, she didn't live in the nicest neighborhood. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just, it's a part of the reason why I'm explaining this. There's not a lot of lights. Like, there's one lamppost, like, for the whole street. And whenever I go drop her off or pick her up at night, it's pretty dark there. It's generally just pretty dark. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna be dangerous, but just there's no reason someone to be out there, right? Like, bear with me, all right? We're trying to get through this. So I get there. First of all of the cars are at home. Like, I know their cars, and so
Fucking Joe from you. Goddamn.
to me, I have like just you.
It's like the car is 68 degrees. It means it hasn't been driven in about 2 hours.
The tire
You've been
marks.
home.
Not the case. So I see that she's home. She's definitely home. I'm just like, fuck it. She just doesn't want to talk. So then I get there, and there's 2 kids playing soccer on the street. I'm like,
Kids, like, how old?
like 7 or 8.
Okay.
And I don't know who they are,
Did you
but
play with them?
no, I don't think the circumstances were right for
A
that.
game of football is a game of football.
I know, but in front of her house, probably not the best idea.
Location doesn't matter. You should be able to play anywhere.
Okay, Khaled. Or Khalid, sorry.
Solo. Send me your location.
So then, banger still. I listened to it again. So then I got there, they moved out of the way. So I go up to her mailbox, and then, so I have to loop around. And I get out of the car, and in the corner of my eye, I see like a figure, like in the dark. And I'm like, the fuck? And it's one of her friends that I met before. Like, he knows me, I know him. And he's just sitting there like this, like watching me while the kids are playing. I'm like, okay. I didn't say hi, I didn't do anything. And I was like, what the fuck? Because it scared me at first. So then I get the jersey out of the mailbox, go to the other side of the car. He's watching me like dead eye, like waiting for me to do something. I'm like, I'm okay, whatever. And I hear like chatting going on in the house. Like, it's like I could hear it from like the sidewalk. And so I get back in the car, go back. I'm like 35. I'm on the highway, so I'm like 15
You got the
minutes out.
jersey?
I got the jersey.
Target acquired.
Guaranteed she sprayed like her perfume on there because it smelled like her.
Ugh.
And she's never like worn it. She's never shown me that she's worn
never
it.
smelled good before, so I was pretty fucking confused. I didn't know what the fuck was
I
going
didn't know what
on.
to do. But it smelled like her, so I was like, I gotta pop a window because this is just like, I was
Gotta
impressed.
pop a wheelie.
Well, it's like, I'm still like hurt, like from the whole situation. So when I smelled her, it just brought back the memories. I'm like,
So cry if you need to.
I definitely put on Adios Amor on my car ride back. Borracho de Amor.
Copyright.
Yeah.
I'm singing them in different keys, by the way.
Okay.
If you're not a music major and you don't know what that means, basically I'm not singing it the way you would hear it. That's a good way of explaining it, right?
I play trombone.
You know what I mean when I'm singing in a different key?
Yes.
I-
Bitch, I was in band with you.
Yeah, for like 5 years. 6th, 7th, 8th, freshman, sophomore year. 5. Cinco.
Okay, but I know what you mean because
I've been in band for... Dude, I've been in music for 11 years now.
middle school, high school, and college.
And I still fucking suck. Alright. Jesus. Alright.
You play in a different key.
Yeah, I'm just playing different. Yeah, it's not. Anyways,
Okay.
So you're driving back.
So like I'm driving back in my fields.
Adios amor.
Adios amor.
Borracho de amor.
Yep. And anything Banda MS.
That hits.
That
bro.
hits differently, bro.
I sent you my Sad Bean playlist, right?
Yeah, sad
So
sad
you
Beaner
listen to-
playlist is on Spotify right now.
If you guys want my Sad Bean playlist, if you're sad, it hits different.
Luckily, I haven't had to use it lately.
I still sing them just because they're good songs. to
I
sing.
know, but like I feel like
I don't sing
wanna
them the
listen to
same
them.
though. I've noticed. Does that ever happen to you? Like you sing a
Mhm.
sad song, and you don't sing
But-
it with the
but the
same
lyrics-
passion.
they feel
Yeah.
a different way.
Like when I was in San Antonio this past weekend with Brianna, and
Mm-hmm.
I was showering and I had music playing, and like she was in the room like doing her makeup or something like that, and she was hearing me sing, and I was hearing myself sing too in the shower, and I was like, just didn't hit the same, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Still fun to sing, but just I'm
Right.
happy. You know?
Yeah.
Love you, babe. All right.
Post
and then
Malone, that's how I feel with Post Malone.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it feels
That
really sad,
song.
and sometimes it's like,
that one song at the end, the one
yes.
still
Yeah.
don't know what song it is, but
Goodbyes.
Mm.
Because it says goodbyes.
so you roll down the window,
So I'm rolling down the window so I can get the
listening to
smell
music.
out.
Yes.
I throw it in the backseat, whatever. halfway through the drive, I still had her on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever. Still had her number saved. And
I'll keep your number safe, 'cause I hope one day I'll get the pride to call you.
Yeah. So then she texted me. She's like, "Did you get the jersey?"
Like, nah. You should have been like, go look for yourself.
Well, what I wanted to say...
Don't say it. Don't say the B word.
No, I wasn't. No, I never do that.
Good. Neither do I.
Like, I just... The only B word you should call a woman is beautiful. Love you, bitch.
The only B word I call Brianna is Brianna.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah.
So I wanted to reply back, ask your boy. Like, ask him. But
Why
I
didn't you?
Because I didn't want to cause anything. I was just tired
That's
of
not
it.
causing anything.
Well, I'm tired. I was tired.
That's like me picking up this mic and...
But I know she would have been like, well, I didn't know he was going to be a... I'm like, whatever. So
what'd you say?
I didn't say anything. Left her on red.
Oh, that's even better.
Made sure to put it as red.
Big moves.
Big moves. Big trust. Deleted her number.
That's all day.
That's all day.
That's all day.
Took her off Snapchat,
Easy,
Twitter,
easy
Instagram. I have the tracker to where it sees like who unfollowed you too.
She unfollowed you.
She unfollowed me
Nice.
for sure. Blocked me on Twitter.
You should have blocked her and then unblocked her, and that would have made her unfollow you this way. You know, you just avoided.
I think that's what she did at first with me, but then she allowed me to view her account because you know those nights where I was just like, I'm busy.
Yeah.
I didn't do the Facebook like in a relationship. I canceled that until like probably 2 months later.
But you never really use Facebook.
I mean, the only time I use Facebook now is just to post the
this, yeah.
podcast. But other than that, yeah, I don't use it at all because I just don't like it, like going through it. But then I removed that. She removed me a long time ago. And then that was the last time I talked to her.
Good. Good stuff.
I guarantee you the reason why she had someone out there was because she said I had anger issues and she didn't want me to cause a scene. Guaranteed. Till this day, I think that's why.
I've known you for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Since kinder.
Well, but I haven't really like known you. I've known you.
Okay,
since,
like brothers?
Yeah. Well.
So, I mean, 4 years.
Yeah, since freshman year.
Yeah.
Because I remember senior year, like, hey man, you going to UNT? I was like, yeah, let's go to UNT.
Sergio, are you going to UNT?
And you're like, me and Sergio are gonna. You wanna?
You guys going to UNT?
We had a class together, all three of us, right? Or no?
No.
You had a class with him, and you guys talked about living together, and then you asked me, and then we're like, so we're gonna do this? And we're like, yeah, fucking let's do it.
No, it wasn't even about classes. It was just like you guys going or
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys had a class together. You didn't have a class together?
We had a class together.
So
I think we technically did, but Sergio never went, or he would be in the back. No, that was Jordan. I never had a class with Sergio. I had a class with
Thumble? Which one are you talking about?
Stevens.
J.
Cole.
I'm talking about in high school.
I know, but you're asking like if we had a class together. And
me and you had a class together. We would always be in the dome, remember?
Oh, in high school. Got you.
That's wrong.
I thought you meant college.
We had a class together.
Then yes, we all had a class together. It was Miss
Rodriguez.
Miss Rodriguez, my girl.
I hate
Margarita.
Anyways, so we had that class
She
together.
hated
And
you.
I don't know why. I'm a lovable guy. Anyway,
She loved me.
yeah, because you're. I don't know. Whatever. Just kidding. You were quiet. You didn't say anything in that class.
No, I was not quiet.
You weren't like no.
I was charming.
Quiet in the regards to that you weren't what
Like
I
respectful.
was. What I or Mikey.
Shut up, bitch.
Okay, no, I never said that.
I know you didn't.
What me or Mikey or Larry or those other guys were, or Simone or Brianna.
Oh, you guys were fucking loud.
It's because she complained about her fucking divorce way too much, bro. Like, goddamn.
Hey, you just got smooth talker.
Anyways.
Talk about bowling.
So then.
She liked bowling. You don't remember that?
No.
You didn't know Margarita.
Call her by her first name.
Yeah, dude. Remember, I would always call her like Margarita.
Yeah, see, no, I was never. Anyways,
We were just
so you guys were like, we're gonna live together. If you want to hop in on that, I was like, fuck it, yeah, let's all live together, all three of us. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Waited till the very last minute to apply for housing, all three of us.
West Hall, Best Hall.
We did it. We got put on like the coolest room, corner office.
Next to the rats in the closet.
Remember when one time we were at the janitors? And
I wasn't there.
It was just me and Sergio.
It was you and Sergio.
It was like 6 a.m. and they were like being loud as shit because all the cleaning supplies were in that little closet. We're like, I was like, blah, 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 blah. And like Sergio and I were like, what?
Wait.
I was like, Sergio, did you hear that?
Sergio's not even there.
It's like, Sergio, can you please translate that for me? Because I don't know.
Oh my god.
Well, I didn't really speak Spanish. I did speak Spanish, but they were talking so fast I didn't really understand them. And Sergio was like,
that's tough.
they have rats. We have rats. And I was like, holy fuck.
Swallow.
Oh, yeah, and I hate rats. You know how much I hate rats. Everyone knows
Rats
how much I
are
hate
weird.
rats. Ugh. What were we talking about? Ah, yes, the last time we talked to her.
How did we get there?
Oh, your anger issues, because she's
yes, yeah.
Only when you play Call of Duty, you just rage. But I mean,
That's just
actually doesn't know. I don't rage when I just go like, wow, what the fuck, and then whatever.
like
But
I would never put my hands on someone though.
No, I don't.
That's where she was going with it.
think you have the facilities for that.
I don't think you have the facilities for that big man. I definitely don't.
Nah, I don't believe it. But yeah. So you just rage, just like Rooster, Edward, all those guys, just gamers.
Us gamers.
It's like Ninja, bro. Did you see what he said about if you're like just a game, bro? You got all pissed.
To a degree, I agree.
I
with
see
it.
where he's going with it.
Yes.
It's fucking Fortnite, bro. Like
The
him,
comparison to LeBron and Tom Brady, that's not the case.
but for him though, it is. That's his career.
It is.
See, the thing is, Fortnite means a lot more to him than it does me and you.
I think it should be taken as if you have a hobby or a liking to something that you're very caring about and you're passionate about, then it's not just what it is. It's not just a sport.
Not a
It's
hobby.
not just a
If you're
hobby.
gonna make a career, like
Or
for
career. Let's just
example,
say career.
if it's gonna be your career, like for example, me playing my tuba, it's not really a hobby. It's my career.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm gonna give my all, and it's not just playing tuba. My podcast, hobby. Yeah, I'll give it my all, but it's not the main priority. It's a hobby. A hobby is something that is not your career, so something to take your mind off of it, something
But
to
in
relax
some
you.
cases, your hobby is your career, like this.
Therefore, that transfers over, and you do that, and then you find another hobby. For him, that's what I'm saying. For him, playing Fortnite and playing video games, that is his life. That is his career. Like if he doesn't win, like, people are still gonna watch him because he's fucking ninja. But like coming up, if he wasn't good, then that's how he got to where he's gonna be. So I get what he's trying to say, but to relate it to Fortnite and stuff, for most people, it's just a game.
It just didn't transfer.
There's
over.
only like 10% of people that play Fortnite that are professionals,
Mhm.
and to them, it's not just a game. But to everyone else, it's just a game.
Mm-hmm.
But I get his mindset. I get where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Just he didn't say it the right way.
It's more of as well like a competitive standpoint.
Yeah.
Like
No one likes losing. I mean,
no one likes losing. You want to be the best at something.
Exactly.
And some people aren't the best at sports. They're not the best at talking, whatever. But they're really good at Call of Duty. They're really good at Fortnite. They're just not competitive. But they want to be the best at something. When you're in a 1v1 and you want to beat the guy, you're gonna get mad if you don't win that because you're just mad at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I agree with that.
Yeah.
But to be like, yeah, no, it's like LeBron or Tom Brady win a championship. I'm like, no, dude, no. That's pushing. You're pushing.
Pushing.
That shit pushing.
Pushing.
Yeah. But anger issues, right? I just got anger issues.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that one. No.
Yeah, no, it took a while, but after that, I was like, she treated me like shit.
Yeah. Yeah. But it always takes one like that to produce something like this.
It was for the best.
Literally, like, I was like 2 weeks after, you were like, I'm starting up the podcast again, blah, blah, and I was like, fucking
And even then, fucking mint. Even back then, when I was starting it, I was like, I think
you weren't really like.
I think it was gonna be another wave, like we used to do it, like in the dorms,
Yeah.
or like after that, where we're
Remember
just
that
like,
shit?
yeah,
Sophomore year,
mm-hmm.
they're in my dorms, fucking.
Microphone built
Hey
in
guys,
the MacBook Air.
Yeah.
We hear the flush of the guy.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, shit. But that's how it felt at the beginning. Like I knew that I wanted to get more into it, because that can focus my mind on something else rather than her.
Definitely.
But as it went on, I was like, I went days without thinking about it. I'm like, oh, awesome. And then I'm also like putting out great content, great quality.
You're just your focus is just going on this,
Yeah.
which is good. Especially now, now you got a whole PC just for this. Like you got a webcam, you got this, like, because this is like basically what your career is gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me and Jacob and Alexis, the Babel, like I'm not saying like what they're doing isn't good. I don't think that's gonna be their career. Like
It's not.
For this is your career. This is what you want to do. You want to talk sports. You talk strictly about sports. Bubble at Sports podcast, and you're investing in it, and that's what you need to do.
And it's also bettering other people.
Yeah.
Like, it's influenced you guys to do some great content as well,
exactly.
which I love.
Yeah.
Like, it's great to hear you and Brianna talk about something else other than sports, and then talk, like, Jacob and Alexis talk about tacos. But, like, it's such a simple idea. Tacos. But, like, they're really good at that. I like their plan, like, how they
podcasts are in.
Like
that. I don't know if people realize. But.
And when we all get together to do a podcast for every single one of ours, it's going to be so much fun. But we're all in a good place. That's why. Like, when you tweeted out, I think it was yesterday, it was like when you see other...
Yeah.
Well, it was so nice to see that.
Yeah.
Because we're all prospering. Like, we're all doing great things. No matter what it is. Like, whether it's doing this or just being happy. Like, that was one thing last year I just wasn't good at. Yeah, I just wasn't happy. I would just try to be happy with other people.
And I think I've always been who you surround yourself with is who you are. I mean, I've always, had that, lived by that. And, like, right now, everyone around me, like, people from the UNT Tuba studio who, advancing in auditions, to my friends who are, doing good at what they want to do, and to people who, graduated college, and just everyone's doing, they're doing good. Yeah, they have their everyday stresses and, oh, shit, I think I failed this test. That's common, but overall, people are doing what they want to do, and they're doing it to the best of their abilities, and they're getting it done. And that, like, makes me feel like, damn, like, it makes you, it's positive reinforcement to, like, I guess what you're doing now. Like, it just forces you to be better, but in, like, a positive way. Not like, holy fuck, like, oh my god, I'm so stressed out. It's just like, oh, hell yeah, like, let's make it better. Like,
yeah, waking up every day and, like,
Jacob and Alexis made a Twitter for their podcast. I was like, man, fuck it, like, that's a great idea.
It is.
Gave them credit, did it, boom, there it is. Like, it's simple. It's that simple. And you give them credit where credit's due. Simple. And it's just constantly getting better.
And we're all growing off each other.
Exactly. It's like, oh, I like
retweeting,
that. I like this.
Yeah.
I like this. Oh, I'm going to do that. And, like, yeah. I don't know. It's good. Good stuff.
It's good.
Anger issues, though. You need to work on it, buddy.
I need to work on my anger issues.
You need to work on it, man.
Yeah, I really do.
Angry person, man.
I am. Definitely.
Anger all the time.
Anger all the time.
So we've been hour 32.
Hour 32. Should we call it for the first episode?
Let's call it.
All right, guys.
Spoilers.
I like how we were like trying to focus on the webcam, but we were just like...
But no, see, the thing is like when you show your chest, a little bit of your chest, it's more inviting.
I get you.
Because this is the most vulnerable part.
Stop. Eyes up here. I put on the shirt, man. By the way, like, you feeling the shirt?
Sure. Yeah, I like it.
Feel swifty.
I like that, the little...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thanks to my sister for making
She made that,
this.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she bought it somewhere, but she told me she made it. I was like, dope.
It's very nice.
But, you know, I've been working out, so it fits better.
Hit him with a little flex. Thanks, guys, for hanging out.
Hardcore, bruh.
So, whether you're watching this on his YouTube channel,
listening to this,
listening on the Bubble Up Sports podcast or the Keeping It G podcast, this has been the Babble. No, wait, this is
wrong one. This is the Joe Rogan. No. God, I thought we worked on this.
Ross Bolt. No.
Have a good day, guys.
This is Brianna's corner. No. It's a fastball. Thank you.